Good morning, students. My name is Manish Kumar, and today I shall be discussing a chapter of class 10th from class 10th, and the name of the chapter is From the Diary of Anne Frank. So this is the summary. Let us first see the summary. So this lesson it has been taken from the autobiography of Anne Frank, and the name of the autobiography is Diary of a Young Girl or the Diary of Anne Frank. It is an autobiography, as I have said, and it was published in 1947. In this, Anne expresses her thoughts in a diary which was gifted to her on her 13th birthday. She names the diary Kitty and considers her as only true friend. The girl is in her minor age. She is just 13 years old. She is not having enough friend on whom she can rely, on whom she can express her personal stuff, her personal emotions. Therefore, she has made diary her personal friend, a true friend. Now she starts with writing her background to make it easier for anyone who reads it later. She describes her childhood when they all migrated. It is a scene of war, World War, and she has to migrate from her country. Her early schooling, she left her early schooling. She comes to the present day then, where she tells us about the result day. Result day means she is in school and result of her annual examination was to be declared. Everyone in the class is nervous about the result, and boys are making bets. Making bets about what? The boys are making bets about who will pass and who will fail. Anne was quite sure about herself and her friends that they will pass and her friends will pass. She had good equation with all her teachers except her maths professor, who was constantly annoyed at her for her talking habits. Thus he started giving her punishment in the form of essay on very strange topic, on weird topics such as chatterbox. She wrote the essay in a funny manner and explained that she had inherited that quality, that trait, that very habit from her mother. She also wrote a satire, and after third assignment, Mr. Kissing never pointed her out for talking. प्यारे बच्चों, आइए आज हम समझते हैं कि ये जो चैप्टर है फ्रॉम द डायरी ऑफ एन फ्रैंक, इसमें लेखक या लेखिका ने क्या कहने का प्रयास किया है। यह एक प्रकार का आत्मकथा है और यह सबसे पहली बार जो है 1947 में प्रकाशित हुआ था। यह एन फ्रैंक के बचपन के जीवन पर आधारित कथा है। उन्होंने अपने 13 वर्ष की आयु में उन्होंने जो दृश्य समाज में अपने आसपास देखा उसको उन्होंने अपनी डायरी में वर्णित किया है और ये एक प्रकार का आत्मकथा है। तो 13वीं जन्मदिन के अवसर पर उसको एक डायरी गिफ्ट किया गया था, उपहार स्वरूप दिया गया था। लेखिका ने इस डायरी का नाम किटी रखा और इसको अपना सबसे सच्चा दोस्त माना। लेखन में आप पाएंगे कि उन्होंने अपने बैकग्राउंड, जीवन के बैकग्राउंड के बारे में, पृष्ठभूमि के बारे में समझाया है ताकि वैसे लेखक जो बाद में जाकर उनकी आत्मकथा पढ़ें वो समझ सकें कि क्यों लेखिका ने इस प्रकार से लिखा है। वो इस आत्मकथा में अपने बचपन, बाल्यावस्था को दिखाती हैं, उनको किस तरह से अपने देश को छोड़ना पड़ा था, अपने विद्यालय को छोड़ना पड़ा था, क्योंकि वह काल जो है युद्ध का काल था। बाद में वह इस आत्मकथा में अपने वर्तमान समय के बारे में बताती हैं। वह लिखती हैं कि किस तरह से परीक्षा फल विद्यालय में घोषित होने वाले थे और सभी बच्चे डरे हुए थे, लड़के बाजी लगा रहे थे। एन और लेखिका और उनके मित्र आश्वस्त थे कि वे सब अच्छे करेंगे, अच्छे से पास होंगे। उनका अच्छा संबंध सभी शिक्षकों के साथ था। केवल गणित के शिक्षक उन्हें डांटते थे क्योंकि वह कक्षा में बहुत बातूनी थी और शिक्षक मिस्टर केसिंग उनको उनकी आदत को सुधारने के लिए उन्हें असाइनमेंट्स देते थे कि चलो भाई तुम निबंध लिख कर आना चैटर बॉक्स पर, है ना। उनको कई बार निबंध दिए गए लिखने को, लेकिन हर बार वह व्यंग्यात्मक निबंध लिखती थी। और उन्होंने समझाया कि वो जो बोलती हैं, वो जो इतनी बातूनी है, वह यह गुण, यह स्वभाव अपनी माँ से उनको विरासत में मिला है। इसके बाद मिस्टर केसिंग जो उसके शिक्षक थे, गणित के शिक्षक थे, उन्होंने उनकी तरफ, एन की तरफ पॉइंट आउट करना, उनकी तरफ जो है उनको मना करना, बात करने से छोड़ दिया। उनको बात करने का इजाज़त दिया गया। वो बात करती थी तो प्रोफेसर साहब केसिंग को अब इससे कोई परवाह, इससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती थी। आइए लेट अस कम नाउ टू द क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर। important questions I have tried to discuss. What makes writing in diary a strange experience for Anne? डायरी में लिखने का जो अनुभव है वो स्ट्रेंज क्यों था एन के लिए? एक प्रश्न है कि जो है ना, तो इसका आंसर है कि it was the first time Anne was writing in a diary. She felt that later no one would be interested in the musings of a young girl. Both these facts made it strange for her. Question number 2. What does Anne want to keep? Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Question mark. Answer is Anne had no friends with whom she could talk about her personal stuff. A lot was going her in her mind at the age of 13, but she could not express with anyone, so she decided to keep a diary. Why did Anne think she could confide more in diary than in people? According to Anne, paper has more patience than people. She chose to confide more in her diary because she felt that there was no friend who could listen to her personal stuff with enough patience. Why does Anne provide a brief sketch of her life? It would be difficult for people in future to understand what Frank was trying to convey, and more or less this is also autobiography. So she provided a brief sketch of her life. Now the question is, what tells you that Anne loved her grandmother? So answer is, she explicitly mentioned in her diary that she misses her grandmother more than anyone. She spent some part of her childhood with her grandmother. This tells that Anne loved her grandmother a lot. Why was Mr. Kissing annoyed with Anne? What did he ask her to do? Mr. Kissing was annoyed with her because she would not stop talking during his lectures, as a result of which he gave her assignments as punishment. Next question is, how did Anne justify her being a chatterbox in her essay? Anne explained that she got this habit of speaking from her mother, mentioning it was inherited. Was Anne right when she said that the world would not be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl? So answer is yes, Anne was right because she was a common girl. Now question number 9. What made Mr. Kissing allow to talk in class? Question mark. Answer is Anne wrote a satirical answer for Kissing's assignment. It was quite promising. Thus professor allowed her to talk. Question number 10. Anne says teachers are most unpredictable. Is guessing unpredictable? Question mark. How? Question mark. Yes. Answer is yes. Mr. Kissing is unpredictable person. He is angry with Anne for being talkative and gives her extra assignment as punishment. Later, he finds her essay to be witty and amusing. This brings a change in him and he accepts her argument. He develops funny bone too and starts cracking jokes in class. This change of behavior in Kessing's character makes him unpredictable. Now, these were some important questions in my views. So, students, I have tried to discuss with you people these question answers. I think question number 10 is very important, and one thing that I want to say that please try to write the answer of these questions in your own words. Don't try to imitate the language and style of your teacher, because you won't be able to develop your own style, you won't be able to develop your own creativity. सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आपसे विदा लेने से पहले कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये मेरे विचार थे इस चैप्टर पर। मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूँ कि जो पाठ में दिए गए प्रश्न उत्तर हैं उसको आप अपने शब्दों में लिखेंगे, ताकि जो आपकी अपनी रचनात्मक शैली है उसका विकास हो सके। कृपया रटंतु तोता बनने का प्रयास ना करें और केवल शिक्षक के दिए हुए नोट्स और प्रश्न उत्तर को ना रटें, बल्कि अपना भी अपने शब्दों में अपने तरीके से उत्तर को ढूंढने का प्रयास पुस्तक से करें। धन्यवाद।